Hey, what's up, everybody? I hope y'all are having a great day and a great start to your week. So, this past Friday, I saw the movie The Conjuring Last Rites. I'm not going to talk too much about this movie itself because I know a lot of people don't like horror movies, and I also don't want to spoil it. Instead, I want to talk about behind the scenes, the director, Michael Chaves, because I think he got a pretty cool and an interesting filmography so far. So, the first movie he ever directed is a movie called The Curse of La Llorona, and that movie was not met with great reception. I've heard it wasn't very good. I didn't think the trailers looked very good, so I personally have not seen it myself, but I've heard not so great things about that. So I found it kind of interesting when the director and producer of the first two Conjuring movies, James Wan, chose Michael Chaves to direct the third Conjuring movie. And when that came out, I thought it was okay. It wasn't nearly as good as the first two Conjuring movies, but it was all right. I don't regret watching it. I thought it was a pretty interesting story. But it's still, in terms of the first two Conjuring movies, it was a letdown. It was a disappointment. Then he directed The Nun 2, and I thought that was better than the third Conjuring movie. And while watching The Nun 2, I was thinking, oh, Michael Chavez is learning. He's getting better. He's improving. He's learning. He's getting better in the way he shoots things and the way he builds tension. And then it was announced that he was going to be the director of the fourth Conjuring movie. And now that has come out, I got to say this is his best work. He continues to learn and he continues to improve. And because he continues to improve, I was kind of thinking, okay, what is going on behind the scenes? This completely makes sense now on why James Wan trusted him, despite the reception of his first movie, why James Wan trusted him to direct the third Conjuring movie. So I wanted to do some research a little bit. And what I found out was that he started off doing commercials, and then he made a short film, which, interestingly enough, was inspired by the first Conjuring movie. And then he would end up directing four movies within that universe. So, and also he learns from James Wan, who he picks his brain. He's kind of like a mentor. James Wan's kind of like a mentor to him. Plus, not only that, he also learns from various horror directors, some of his favorite horror directors and favorite horror movies. And it kind of comes to like what can we learn from this? What can we take from this? And in my opinion, this is what the lessons you can learn. One, learn from the best in the field. Learn from people who you really look up to, people who inspire you. And the thing is, you don't have to know them personally. It could be someone you see on the internet, someone on YouTube, someone's book you read. It could be someone you don't know personally. Because when Michael Chaves first was making his short film, as far as I know, he didn't know James Wan personally. He knows him now personally, but he didn't know him back then. But he still was able to take the things that inspired him from that movie and put it into a short film. And clearly that impressed James Wan, and he was able to direct four movies within the universe. And he also was inspired by other horror directors, so he took their stuff. I believe one of them was Psycho, Alfred Hitchcock, who's no longer living. So what we can do is learn from the best in our fields, whether we know them personally. If you know them personally, great, you have an advantage. You could pick their brains personally. But if you don't, you could still learn from their work. You could still learn from their books. In 2025, there's so many ways we could learn from them. And the next thing that he also did was he learned from experience. He learned from doing it. So clearly, when he was directing these movies, he learned what to do and what not to do, and what works and what doesn't work. And even if it didn't work at the time, he still did it, and that's where he was able to gain that knowledge of experience. So for us, we could still do it, and we could learn from it, even if it's not that great at the time, and that's completely fine. To summarize it, one, learn from the people who inspire you. Learn from people who are the best in your field. And two, learn from experience. Just do it anyway. And when you just do it, you're going to learn from it. And that's how you get better, and that's how you get better faster. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got something out of this video. If you have any suggestions in future videos, please leave it in the comment section below. And if you ever want to make actually come on your schedule at home or around things you love to do, please visit my website, brentosaka.com, to learn more. And I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your week. I'll talk to you next time. Okay, bye everybody.